Hello students, have you ever wondered where the metal in your mobile phone or the fuel in your mobile bike comes from, or how the electricity we use every day is generated? All of this comes from something called minerals and energy resources. So today we are going to explore how these resources are formed, where they are found and how they are used and why it is so important to use them wisely. So, I have asked you, right? From the mobile phone, everything, whatever we are using, all those contains minerals. Even in our toothpaste, the safety pin which we are using, the things which we are using, are the things which are around us. Everything composed of minerals, right? So, let me want to know what is meant by that mineral. So, mineral is nothing but it is naturally occurring substance that has a definite chemical composition. So, without the human help, it is formed by natural processes in the earth crust, not made by the humans, as I already told you. For some examples of minerals are iron ore, bauxite, mica, limestone. So, can you name any mineral that we use daily? Nothing but even the salt is also a mineral. The next topic is about that how the mineral is occurring in our earth. We didn't even make the mineral, right? Then how come it is happening? How come it is forming? So it is forming in different ways. So first one is nothing but it used to present in igneous and metamorphic rock. So in the places or in the mode called veins. Okay, smaller occurrence is nothing but veins. Larger occurrence is nothing but lodes. So the crack between the rocks, right? Due to some physical factors, the rock used to get breakdown. So in between that, so we can able to see the mineral. Okay, one more thing, that igneous rock is nothing but, you know that the igneous rocks used to form because of what? Magma, lava. So when molten magma deep inside the earth, it used to cool down. Minerals get deposited, as I already told you, in the cracks, in the fault or in the joining of the rocks. These mineral filled cracks are known as veins. If it is occurring of the mineral, if it is in small, that is called vein. If it is large, it is called lode. So here under this, which are the minerals used to present in the igneous and metamorphic rocks are such as tin, copper, zinc and lead. So imagine that hot molten material from inside the earth moving upward. As it cools, the minerals separate out and the empty spaces in rocks and used to fill in the empty places. Okay, this is how metallic minerals like copper and lead are often found. This is one way. In this igneous rocks, it used to present. So another way, in sedimentary rocks. First of all, you want to know what is in the sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rocks are actually formed due to the deposition and erosion of the soil particles. In the sedimentary rock, minerals used to formed by the accumulation of sediments in layers, often under rivers, lakes or seas. Okay, when mineral dissolve in water and get deposited on the seabed or lake bed, then it will form the mineral layer. Some of the minerals which used to present in the sedimentary rocks are limestone, gypsum, even salt and potash. If you have ever seen salt forming when seawater dries up, that's the same process. Over a million of years, these minerals become part of sedimentary rock layers. The third is nothing but in alluvial deposit. When rivers flow, they carry fine particles of minerals along with sand and gravel. You might have experienced this one. When you have bathed in river, when you are standing on the surface of the river bed, you can able to feel that fine silt soil. Okay, as the river slows down near the plains or river bed, these minerals settle down and get deposited. Such deposits are called as placer deposits. The mineral which used to form in the alluvial deposits such as gold, platinum and tin. You might have seen people panning gold in rivers. That's exactly how these placer deposits are collected. Then in ocean water. Oceans are like a treasure of house of minerals, right? Many minerals are dissolved in seawater and some are also deposited along the seabed. Example, our common salt and any other mineral like magnesium and bromine. So here from seawater we extract salt by evaporating the water. especially in the coastal regions like Gujarat. Okay, so this is about the mode of occurrence. This is one of the important question. Okay, you want to write all this 5. First one igneous, second one sedimentary, third one is alluvial, then fourth one is that ocean deposit. Okay, then the types of minerals. As already you have read in your chemistry. So here there are 2 based on its chemical composition. Actually it is divided into two different types, 2 major types actually. One is metallic mineral and another one is non-metallic mineral. Metallic mineral is nothing but it used to have the metals. Metallic minerals contains metals. Usually if you take the physical properties of the metallic minerals, they used to be so hard and lustrous. What is the meaning of lustrous? So shiny, and it used to conduct heat and electricity. Okay, they can be melted also to get the pure metal. So under this again it is classified into ferrous and non-ferrous. Okay, under the ferrous in your book they have given about the iron ore. Okay, so if you take iron ore, you just imagine that whatever we are using, the table, everything. Okay, so it contains mostly iron, right? So iron is the most important metal for the industrial development. Okay, and one more thing, that it is needed for the manufacturing or for making of steel. Okay, which is the backbone of construction, transport and manufacturing. So if you see this iron ore, it contains actually 2 different types of iron are there. One is the magnetite and one is the hematite. If you take magnetite, it is the finest quality. 70% of iron content used to be there, and it is also magnetic in nature. If you take hematite, it used to be mostly widely used. Actually, if you take in our country, there are 5 iron ore belts we will see in the upcoming topic. So in that all the iron ore belts we are manufacturing, we are getting over the hematite only. Okay, it is most widely used iron ore, and it contains 60 to 70% of the iron. Okay, then if you take the major regions, as I already told you now I said so we are having 5 different iron ore belts. That is very important question. So here if you take that first 5 iron ore belts is nothing but first one is in here Odisha. Okay, Odisha, Badampur, Mayurbhanj. Okay, then the second one is Durga Bastar. If you take that Mayurbhanj, it is located in the Singham district of Jharkhand. So then if you take Chandrapur belt, nothing but Durga Bastar Chandrapur belt, it is in Chhattisgarh and Maharashtra. As before I said here we are producing more hematites. So here high grade, very high good quality of hematites it is found actually near to the Bailadilla range of hills. Okay, here if you see 14 deposits are there. Okay, 14 deposits are there. And one more thing I said, iron is needed for the making of steel, right? So here it is best needed for the steel making. Which one? This hematite, which is produced in the Chandrapur belt. Okay, the third one if you take is nothing but Ballari, Chitradurga, Chikmagalur belt. It is in Karnataka. So here if you see means here whatever they are the resource is nothing but storage of iron ore. At the storage of anything is called as resource. In this iron ore belt if you see means whatever they are founding, whatever they are taking out, whatever they are producing, that fully is for 100% export unit. What is the meaning of 100% export unit? Whatever they are founding, that all those were only for the exporting, trading to other countries purpose only they are using it. The last one is the Maharashtra Goa belt. One more thing I want to say you, that in this Chikmagalur belt is there in that they used to send this ore in a slurry form through the pipeline to Mangaluru. Okay, slurry means what? Semi-liquid state is called as slurry. Okay, the ore of iron they are transporting to the Mangalore from Karnataka through the pipeline itself, that too in the form of slurry manner. The next thing is that Maharashtra belt I told, and Ratnagiri district of Maharashtra. Here they are producing ore only, but iron ore only, but it is not of that much good quality as we have seen Chandrapur belt. Okay, the next ferrous mineral is nothing but manganese. So actually manganese is not used alone at all. Do you know that? It used to be mixed with iron to make steel. Then only it used to be stronger and tougher. And one more thing, that the manganese is used in making batteries, glass and fertilizers. For these purpose we are using. Apart from that, even it is used in dry cell batteries. It was mainly used in the glass industries to remove color. Okay, so in which state they are producing more is nothing, the reserves are more is nothing but Odisha, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. The next is nothing but under the metallic minerals we want to see the non-ferrous mineral. Non-ferrous mineral, what is the difference between ferrous and non-ferrous is nothing but ferrous contain iron, non-ferrous does not contain iron. Okay, and it usually resistant to rust and corrosion. Example, copper, bauxite, lead, zinc. First let me see about the copper. So copper is one of the oldest metal that we are using. From the olden days we are using it. It is very good conductor of electricity as well as heat, and it is malleable nature. Malleable means what? We can able to make it into a thin sheets. And it is also ductile in nature. Ductile means what? We can able to make it into a thin wires. Where we can able to see the copper resources nothing but Madhya Pradesh, Khetri, Rajasthan, Singham in Jharkhand. So for what purpose we are using copper? We knew very clearly, electrical wires and cables we are using, motors, transformers and generators there we are using, and utensils, for making utensils, coins and electronic devices we are using. So okay, so it is actually, the next thing is nothing but bauxite. That is about the copper. The next non-ferrous metal is nothing but bauxite. Bauxite is the ore of aluminium. It is a light but strong metal also. It is aluminium is resistant to corrosion, and it is also good conductor of heat and can be recycled easily. That is very important. So the major areas which having bauxite reserves is nothing but Odisha, Gujarat, Jharkhand at all. So for what purpose the bauxite is using here is nothing but to make aeroplane, vehicles, because it is lightweight na. So for that we are actually as it is a as it is that property, it is used for making aeroplanes, vehicles and ships. Apart from that, we are using it for packaging materials also, even kitchen utensils and electrical cables also. Have you seen, now one question for you, have you seen the silver colored body of an aeroplane? That is absolutely made up of aluminium which comes from bauxite. Okay, so that is about the metallic minerals. And the next one is non-metallic minerals. Under non-metallic minerals, as we seen that in the metallic minerals contain metal. Non-metallic minerals means it does not contain metal. So it used to used to have the properties such as it is not lustrous, not shiny. We can't able to make it into thin sheets. Okay, and it does not conduct the heat and electricity. Under this, one example is that mica. So mica, actually if you see that mica occurs in thin sheets. Okay, so even it can tolerate very high temperature and does not conduct, as I already told you, that does not conduct electricity, and it will be used for electrical and electronic industries. Okay, and also even in the paints also mica is using, cosmetics also, for its shiny appearance it was using it. Okay, so the next one is that limestone. Limestone, actually it is a sedimentary rock. It mainly composed of calcium carbonate. Okay, this limestone is mainly used as a raw material in the cement industry, even in iron and steel industry also it is using. For what purpose do you know? For purifying the iron ore it is using. Even it is used for, this limestone is used for making lime for building and agriculture. Okay, so that is about the ferrous or non-ferrous mineral. Okay, then next topic we are going to that this one more thing I want to ask you. Can you imagine, before I am going to energy resources, I have a question to you. You just imagine it and just send a message in my review. Okay, comment box. So can you imagine a single day without electricity, petrol or gas? Imagine it that if the electricity is not there, what will happen? We can't able to charge the phone, no lights, no vehicles. So for this and all we need energy, right? Energy is the lifeline of modern living. Without that we can't able to live, right? So here energy resources is divided into two main types. One is the conventional and another one is the non-conventional. This conventional we can say as a non-renewable, or we can say traditional energy resources. For non-conventional we can say modern and renewable energy resources. Let me start with the conventional energy resources. As I already told you, these are traditional. Why we are saying it as a traditional? Because from the ancient time we are using it. Okay, nearly for 100 of years we are using. Okay, and one more thing, that it is non-renewable. As I already told you, non-renewable is nothing but we can't able to get back it soon. Okay, what and all comes under this conventional? Coal, petroleum, natural gas and hydel power. First of all, let me see the coal. What does mean by coal? Do you know another name of coal? Actually, coal is known as black gold. Why? As it has great economic importance. Okay, even most of the power plant are running with this coal only. Okay, and one more thing, that it is the most abundant fossil fuel in India and it is the backbone of electricity generation, as I told you now. Okay, how come it is forming? Okay, this much importance are there for coal. How come it is forming? So coal was formed a million of years ago from the remains of plants and trees, okay, that grew in swampy area, forest area at all. Okay, when the dense forest died and fell into swamp areas, they were buried under mud and sediments. After million of years, due to the high pressure and temperature, these plant remains slowly converted into peat, lignite, bituminous, anthracite and these are the different types of coal. This process is there now. This plant decayed material is converting into the coal. This change is happening now, This changes is called as carbonization. Due to the heat and pressure, it is automatically the decaying part is changing into the coal. Okay. One thing. So, can you imagine that the coal we burn today actually came from plants that lived 300 million years ago? Do you know that? Fine. So the next thing is that types of coal. This is also very important pa. So peat. Okay, there are 4 different types of coal: peat, lignite, bituminous, anthracite. If you take this peat, it is the first stage. Okay, if you see the first stage, and it is partially decomposed plant material, it contains a 30% of carbon and it is low heat value. Where we are using is nothing but rarely we are using it. Okay, next one is that lignite. If you see the lignite, it is brown coal. It is also low grade. If you see the carbon percentage in lignite is nothing but 40 to 55%. Heat value is moderate. And this lignite only is used in thermal power plants, especially in Neyveli in Tamil Nadu. Okay, then bituminous. This only most used coal. It is hard and it is also black. Okay, it contains 60 to 80% of carbon. Its heating value is so high and it was used by the industries, and it is also used for power generation. The last one of the coal is nothing but anthracite. It is very hardest, at the same time it is so pure also. Okay, it contains nearly 80 to 90% of the carbon and it is heat value is of very high and it is used for metallurgical processes. Okay, so major coal fields in our India is nothing but Gondwana rocks, we can say. Nearly it is age, if we say, means 200 million years old, that one. Where are the major coal fields are there means Jharkhand, Odisha. In Jharkhand, the place called Bokaro, Odisha, Talcher. This are all very important map pointing also for you. And then Chhattisgarh, Korba, West Bengal, Raniganj. Okay, so where we are using this coal already knew, I think so, in thermal power station, even in iron and steel industry for smelting purpose they are using. It is once upon a time it was used as a fuel in trains and factories at all. Okay, even today about 60% of Indian electricity comes from coal based thermal power plant only. Okay, the next thing is about the petroleum. If you see the petroleum, this used to present even like the coal. This is how we have said that is a black gold. Okay, so same like that it is called as liquid gold. Why means how much importance we have given for the coal, how much we have used the coal, same like that its potential, its usage is also there. So even it also takes millions of years to form. Okay, so actually if you see the oceans were filled with tiny marine plants and animals, that is called plankton. Do you know that when they died, their remains settled on the ocean floor that mixed with the sand and silt. Over time, it used to sediment and it used to buried. Actually, as we see, due to the pressure and temperature, it slowly transformed to the petroleum and natural gas. Okay. Then the things is that you knew very well that for what purpose we are using petroleum, right? As a diesel we are using, as a kerosene we are using, as a lubricating oil for machinery we are using. Okay, so where this petroleum field is there? Nothing but in Assam, Mumbai, near to the Arabian Sea. Okay, Gujarat, Ankaleshwar. Okay, uses transportation for that purpose we are using. The next one is nothing but natural gas. Natural gas is nothing but it is formed along with the petroleum only from the same organic material under the sea. When this animals and plants died off, right, that decayed under pressure, some converted into oil while some turned into the natural gas. Okay, it is found trapped above petroleum deposits in the same rock layers. Because gas, it is so lighter, so it used to rise up. Okay, where we can see the natural gas field is nothing but Assam, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Tripura at all. So the pipeline that transport natural gas across several states is nothing but Hazira, Vijaypur, Jagdishpur, HVJ they used to say. For what purpose we are using this natural gas? CNG, domestic fuel we are using, that is nothing but natural gas. Even in the industries also we are using it. Which industries are nothing but fertilizer, glass, ceramic industries. Even power generation also we are using for power plant. Vehicle fuel also we are using. Okay, so that's why we call a natural gas as a transition fuel, because it helps move from polluting fossil fuel to cleaner energy. That is about the conventional energy resources. So non-conventional energy resources is nothing but, as you have studied in your lower class, you knew very clearly about non-conventional energy resources. This is nothing but solar energy, wind energy, okay, thermal energy. So let me see one by one. Solar energy, what they are doing here? Trapping the sunlight and they are converting into the electricity or heat. In this, what it will be used? Photovoltaic cell was used. Okay, that used to some panels, special panels made up of semiconductor material like silicon, that only will convert sunlight directly into electricity. And uses, you knew very clearly that we are using solar heater, even solar power plants are there, water pumping, solar cookers are there, street lighting especially. So where the solar plant is nothing but it is in Rajasthan and Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh. So here and all we can see. The next one is that wind energy. Wind energy, how come we are capturing? By using wind turbine. When wind blow, it rotates a large blade of a turbine. The blades turn a rotor connected to a generator. There will be generator that used to turn because of the once the blades turn. Then it generates or it produces electricity. It is a power supply. Mainly it is used for power supply only. Okay, for houses and as well as to factories. Where it is there, it is nothing but in Tamil Nadu, Asia's largest wind farm is there, which is called as Muppandal. Okay, in Tamil Nadu it is there. Other states such as Gujarat, Maharashtra, there and all they are using. Okay, the next one is that biogas. Biogas, actually this produced through a process called anaerobic digestion. You might have learnt in your biology, aerobic, anaerobic. So here what they used to do means organic waste used to, like cow dung, agriculture waste, kitchen waste, sewage, this used to collect it. Okay, so then what they will do is nothing but bacteria used to break down this waste in the absence of oxygen. Once it get decomposed, that mixture, that waste get decomposed, the gas will be released from that. So mainly what were the gases? Nothing but, what are the gases are nothing but mainly methane, carbon dioxide and some other small trace of other gas. Okay, so in this methane only used as a fuel. Okay, so mainly it is used for cooking, lighting, running water pumps in villages. Okay, for this one we are using, and leftover part will be there now. Once the gas evolved, the remaining leftover part will be used as a manure. Okay, So most of the rural India, they are using under the government program like natural and national biogas and manure management program. Under these two programs, most of the family in the rural India, they are using biogas only. Okay, then the next one is the tidal energy. Tidal means what? Tides are caused by how? Gravitational pull of the moon and sun. When the tide rise and fall during the high tide and low tide, huge amount of water will enter and will go out near to the coastal area, right? To capture this energy, tidal power station are built in the narrow bays. A dam used to be constructed across the tidal inlet. As the waters flow in and out with tides, it turns the turbine placed inside the barrage. Then turbines once rotate, it generates electricity. Okay. Examples are nothing but Gulf of Cambet and Sundarbans. They are only very suitable tidal projects. Okay. Then the next one is nothing but geothermal. Geothermal is nothing but thermal means what? Heat. Deep inside the earth, rocks are extremely hot due to magma. When we are going down, already you might have learnt in your 7th grade. So earth is made up of 3 layers. Did you remember? Crust, mantle, core. If you see the core, around 5000 degrees Celsius heat will be there. So that heat come close to the earth's surface and underground water gets heated. That forms hot springs or geysers or steam vent we can say. Okay. So what they used to do is nothing but to use this energy, wells are drilled into these hot region. Steam and hot water rises through the wells. The steam is directed to turbine. The turbine rotates. The steam is mainly needed here to rotate the turbine. Once the turbine rotated, it generates electricity. Clear? So examples are nothing but Puga Valley, Ladakh. Okay. So here, why this non-conventional energy is important? Definitely it is renewable and it is eco-friendly and it is local availability and it is also sustainability, right? So here the last topic is nothing but conservation of resources, energy resources. Okay, conservation of energy resources as well as conservation of mineral, both also needed, right? Because we need, our future generation also need, right? So we want to conserve it, right? So here definitely we need to conserve the energy resources. Why should we conserve? Is nothing but like coal, petroleum, natural gas are non-renewable. Once it finished off, so what will happen? It take another million years to form it, right? So we want to use it wisely. Unwanted use at all, we want to switch off the lights and fans when it is not in use. Most probably we want to use the public transport. And industry should use modern machinery that consume less power. Then we can use energy efficient devices like LED bulb, star rated appliances. Okay, and we want to try to use maximum renewable energy, which means that solar, wind, so this and all available, right? So most probably we want to encourage the use of the solar, wind, this and all, and we want to promote the biofuel and electric vehicles to reduce the dependence on oil. And if we install the solar panels in schools, houses and offices, we can reduce the usage of coal, okay, for generating electricity. Then we want to try to use the minerals, recycle and reuse should be done. Okay, so it leads to the avoid of wasteful consumption. Okay, even apart from that, even the government also should create the awareness regarding this conservation of mineral as well as energy resources among the people. Even minerals also, once it is finished off, definitely it takes million years to form. Okay, so the last topic I forgot to say about it, hazards of mining. What is the meaning of hazard? Difficulty or the problem. Definitely so many things are there, right? So first of all, those who are working in the mining sector, okay, as the mining used to happen in the deep underground where the air is very very low, limited, and the temperature will be so high. So workers used to face the risk of gas explosions. Sometimes the mine roof used to be collapsed. Sometimes because of the flooding used to be happen inside the mines as it is down the earth. Then continuous exposure to harmful gas like methane that used to be trapped inside the mines, that will cause much problem. Okay, even not only the health issues used to be faced by the miners, even apart from that, environmental also used to get affected because of this. It does not just affect the humans, it also affect the nature also. It leads to deforestation, soil erosion, water pollution, land degradation, all used to happen. Okay, so that is about this lesson. I think so I didn't even run fastly. So if you have any doubt, put a comment. So as usual, I used to say that at the end of this video you can able to see the attachment of some possible questions